Next up on the list, and another opportunity to use my sander that I bought, this drawer that went to a, what do you call it, coffee table that we inherited from my grandparents-in-law, rest in peace. I'm going to sand this down and then decide if we want to paint it or stain it, and then I will reuse some drawer pulls from a dumpster salvaged treasure on here on either side, and they will work as, well, handles. So because some of it is just the fake stuff, I did go ahead and sand it down quite a bit, rough it up. It'll hold paint better that way. I'm going to shore up this end. It's in rough shape. Obviously, there's been water damage over the years on this, and so it weakened this so that when I took off that facade, that composite, it got really, really weak. So I'm going to put in some wood glue, let that dry, sand that down, and what I'm thinking is paint the whole thing, or maybe stain these parts and then paint the other. I don't know. But what I'm thinking on the inside is either put, I know I got some mirrors in one of the Amazon mystery boxes. Maybe we could put mirrors here, or tiles. We could do a mosaic of tiles, but I don't want to make it too heavy because this, you know, this is really old and not like super duper sturdy. I can, you know, sturdy it up and, you know, just shoring it up in a few places, but I don't want to make it like too crazy complicated. And yes, I will clamp this and let it dry for a day or two. And hopefully that'll be enough for it to be sturdy enough for a dresser, tray, or bed, breakfast coffee tray. This particular upcycling project has ended up being such a hassle. I had left it outside. I thought it was safe and covered. It wasn't. It rained. This part got all warped. So now I'm having to use wood glue and one of my paint brushes, dumpster salvaged from the public school dumpsters, some of my Temu tape. There's a link for that in the video description, along with a discount and a $5 gift for brand new users who download the app. Had to use that, and then, yeah, ran the tape to try and straighten this back out whilst I am also trying to glue it back together. I have almost given up on this project several times, but this is the sunk cost fallacy taking place. I have put too much into this to give up now. Another part of the plan, once I've gotten this all secured and sanded and repainted in this part of it, we are going to use some of this that I found in the public school dumpsters that we have deduced is lighting covers. What is that? Ooh, these would be awesome in the bottom of the tray that I'm making over. These are some of the parts of the fixtures, and they must have gotten new ones or something because they threw these out, and we are going to use them in the base of this. So one side is really pokey, the other side is nice and smooth, so the pokey side will go on the bottom. I am going to use an X-Acto knife and my cutting mat and board and hopefully be able to score these and then, you know, break them and sand them. So I let that dry overnight. This is all nice and secure and almost flat, almost flush, as good as it's gonna get. I've got my sander. Gonna sand this down again, paint it again, and finish it up. First piece cut successfully. I was going to have them going this way. That's what I was originally doing, but then I realized I would have to do a lot of like cutting horizontal and no. So we are just doing them like that. Also, what if I put glitter under it? Like, you know, some glitter under the, I wonder if it would show up. We did like some of the stars, some of the iridescent that Cindy sent us, like those silver stars. How cool would that be? I'm just gonna experiment for a minute, just gonna play with it for a sec. Okay, that's with them still in the bag, and I don't know that you guys can really see it, but the light plays on it and oh, it's gorgeous. So yes, I am going to brush some E6000 into here. I am going to sprinkle some of these gorgeous little stars and then E6000 these pieces on top. I'm just gonna do it. Is it a little extra? Yes, but it's still subtle. This will also be a good test for the durability here, because James will be the one using this, and yeah. So, original screw. Let's see if this one fits. Yep. Just like that, we found one that works. Or not. The lucky thing is that these are just decorative. I mean, honestly, I could just E6000 it on there, but I would really like to have it actually, like, you know, be on there. I don't think any of these ones are gonna work. I was looking for one because like this has a flat end, so I was looking for one that also has a flat end, but we might have to use a pokey end. Well, wait, what about this? Does that fit? Nope. Wait. Yeah, but that's probably gonna be too long. I do have a metal saw. I was so certain I would have a screw that would work. I think what I'm gonna have to do is take a screw that is long enough and will go in, and then E6000 that, and we just won't be able to lift from the sides. I do not want to go and buy another screw. It just seems so silly, but I might have to. P.S. It helps so much that we decluttered and reorganized our little drawer. I don't know, it was our junk drawer, but now our very awesome screws, nuts, bolts, and bits drawer has been so handy because I have needed like pliers many times and assorted, like, well, the paint can opener, I've needed that a million times. All of this kind of stuff. It has, oh, and the wood glue, you know, I've been using a lot of that in these projects, and the scraper. Yeah, our declutter thing, I mean, it has been paying off crazy dividends. Unfortunately, I am going to have to use the metal saw. Oh, not with this one. That I found was in the wrong tote and needs to go into a different one. But this is the best that I can find, and it fits perfectly on this, and it will fit, let me show you, through the hole. But I need to, I'm gonna have to like measure, but I need to take off like that much. Instead of using the manual metal saw, I'm gonna use my husband's tile cutter thing or grinder. This came in really handy in some of the detail work, sanding with the chair that I recently made over, the director's chair. This came in so handy for some of the parts that I couldn't take apart. I was able to get into some spaces with this. It was awesome. So I'm going to attempt, wish me luck, attempt to get this to the right length so that I don't have to go and buy a screw just for this. The other one was taking forever. Then I saw this in my husband's office and I'm like, that means business. Beware, Julie and tools, especially power tools. Things can get a little crazy. Okay, so if I use this do not do this stuff at home. This is Looney Julie doing stuff. This is gonna have to be done outside because there were sparks, all right? There were sparks. But we have gotten a little ways through. Oh my God. Okay, it's not that I've chickened out, okay? But the sparks scared me. So I went in my husband's office and I did find the metal saw. We have already made like a dent. What I am doing right now is insane and ridiculous. Let's just admit that. All of this to not have to go and buy a little screw to be able to use what I already have. This is insanity. This is obsession. Absolutely not worth it. And as I was scared would happen, it does not fit. Ridiculous. We will call this one an absolute fail. What am I gonna do? I don't know. I think I am just going to E6000 it on here and we just won't lift with the knobs. So I'm down here getting started on the dresser and I have just decided I'm going to reuse these knobs here. I'm gonna touch them up, maybe spray them a little bit because I don't want the gold because that just doesn't work with what we're doing in this makeover, but why not salvage those two knobs to put on the tray and stop the madness? Okay, now the ultimate test. Are these gonna be the right length? Yes, they are. Yeah, okay. I just need to spray them.